So we're doing some training to avoid blunders. Let's see what's happened so far in the game. Yeah, e4, e5, knight f3, and we're looking for white here. HSCC. Bishop b4. Okay. So, Dayton, what do you think about this? Is that a good move for his opponent?
Yes.
You think bishop b4 is good? It's developing a piece, but what's it doing? Is it doing anything useful?
No.
Yeah, not really. It's out, but you're not really sure where you want it to be, and it also doesn't cover g7. Knights before bishops. You don't have to worry about that. No, not a huge deal. Now it's normal because it's hitting the knight.
I just got the notification that you're making a video.
Oh, okay, it went through. Cool. So takes. Knight f6. Okay, totally logical. Knight bishop c. Actually, I don't think it's a blunder, but he has to be aware of something. There's a loose pawn in his position. Dayton, which is his loose pawn? What do you think? What's his loose pawn?
I don't know.
Look around. In white's position. What is black aiming at in white's position, which is not defended? We always have to be aware of that. It's piece awareness / pawn awareness. You got to be aware of that. What is it? What can black? If black wants, what can black take?
I don't know.
No, you know. Keep looking. If you had the black pieces, what would you take? At least you can think about it. What would you think about? You got to be aware of where your pieces are, right? That's fundamental. You know that when you do puzzles. What's that?
I don't know.
No, don't say you don't know. You got this. What is black aiming at? What is black aiming at?
Oh, the queen?
No, right now. Which one? Look at there's only one black piece out. What's it aiming at? You got to be aware of the pieces that are out that could do things to you. What are they aiming at? So, huh? What does that knight want to do?
Aiming at
Sorry?
the king.
Not yet. You know that. Well, I think it's because we started streaming it. But yeah, what's the knight looking at? This knight. What's its scope? Always know the scope of the piece. What can it aim at? What is it aiming at? Oh, I think he just brought. We'll start a fresh game anyway to begin.
The black pieces are the black knight is looking at the pawn.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, of course you know that. It's just because we started streaming. Maybe you were a little focused on that. But yeah, so looking at the pawn. So he has to be aware of it, right? It doesn't mean that it's a blunder if he doesn't defend it. Oh, I think he was plugged. Yeah, we'll just start with the next game because I think he had to plug in. We were just reviewing what happened. Okay. Excuse me. So he does take this pawn, and the good thing is he's castled, so you avoid any problems by castling, right, Dayton? No problems, right?
Yeah.
That's important, just to avoid any problems against your king. Okay, I don't know. We'll look at the next one. Maybe you can set one up. I'm not sure if he did. He plug in yet? Chikai, you plugged it in now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back on?
Yes.
Okay, we're just looking at it in terms of loose pieces. Then we'll do a new one.
My computer's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen. Okay, well, Dayton can go next. But we're just looking at what happened real quick because since we started the stream, we'll catch up on it. So yeah, your opponent played a weird move in a way because bishop b4 didn't do anything. Huh?
Both of our computers are glitching since I can barely process the link, so I can't go.
It's glitching too on chess.com? Because it has those issues. It's not working on chess.com?
Let me try.
Yeah, try it. Maybe maybe close the browser and see if it works. But yeah, it's been pretty weird with overloading, I guess.
I closed it and I'm starting the new
Okay.
game.
So knight takes. It's working now in the new game. So they took, but then you took the e pawn. Okay, that was a good move actually. They blocked your bishop. And then okay, there we go. Wait, let's go back to that. That's where you lost a piece. Okay, Dayton, you see this position I'm screen sharing right now?
Yeah.
So you see he gave up the knight for the pawn. He moved away from the hanging. It was hanging to the pawn. It's threatened, right? He moved it away, but then he lost the knight for the pawn. So instead he could have gone queen check. See that?
I'm in a new game.
Okay, I'm just looking at it briefly. No, but yeah, then he could have done this, and he could have been winning. So yeah, you got to make sure it's okay. Jakai, there was a moment when your knight was under attack. If you see real quick on the screen share, and you moved it away, but you ended up moving it still into danger. So you got to think about how to deal with that. Okay, you trade down, you're down, and then okay, let's just start a fresh one. But you got to remember, yes, you move it away, but move it to saved. Okay, so we're gonna do the point system now. All right, so every time you make a good move, you get a point. If you hang a piece, if you get in trouble, you lose a point. Or it's just like a bad move, you lose a point. Good move, you gain a point. I remember last time though, you got like 10 points. You get 10 points, you win this effectively. You still play your game, but you effectively win the challenge. But last time you got like 10 in a row, right? So as long as you're focused on that, you have to be aware of it, right, guys? Okay?
Yeah.
Just be aware. It's all about being aware. Fundamentally, you're just trying to stay solid. You follow your opening principles, right? Control the center, develop your pieces, get your king safe castle, right? And then, then you obviously are going to carry out a strategy, but fundamentally, if you're giving away a piece like that, when you took on c6, he's trading down, he's down a piece. So basically, the guy from Canada here, Admiral Foxbat, he's up, right? So we have to figure that out. Okay, let's go to his new game. Okay, how deep are you? Let's see. Watch. Let's move it. Oh, let me move this over. Okay. Wait, are you playing right now? There. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on. Slow it down. I'm not going to give you any, tell you what to do, obviously, because you're playing a rated game, right? Yeah, on the next one, just do unrated. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to tell you what to do. We're just going to look at if you're blunder. We're going to ask you, where are the loose pieces, and just avoid blunders, right? And play good moves, obviously. Don't think only oh, I can't blunder, right? But you're just thinking more I need tight pieces. If I see a piece under attack, I will move it. I'll get a save, or CPR, capture the piece that's attacking me, protect my piece, or run away, retreat, right? So we're going to think about those things. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you see what happened there, Dayton? You see the screen share? Oh wait, let me get rid of this thing. I was going to go just click on something else so it doesn't show up over here. Okay, so Dayton, you see what's going on over here? Obviously, he can't see it. Okay, you see this? I'll just do I'll just block it with something. But yeah, he's pinning. Okay, that's good. He's pinning the knight, and then he's threatening the oops. Oh, you won. Nice. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back. Okay, you want to look at the screen share now, Chukai? So I was just catching this up. So yeah, it worked out well for you. You see? Okay, you see my screen share?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'll just get it off here. Yeah, we'll just leave it on that. Okay. So we're not distracted on the right. Okay, so far so good. You're doing 4 knights game, or 3 knights. Let's see what they do. They go d5. Okay, good. So you pin the knight, and now you're trying to take the e-pawn, right? Actually, hold on a second. But you didn't even need to do that. You have another move. So your opponent made a mistake. Now, you didn't really make a mistake, but you failed to take advantage of it, right? You didn't hang anything, but you could have taken... Okay, so Jakai, what's the first thing you could have done? So this is more like a missed opportunity. Why is d5 a mistake by your opponent? What do you... Again, we're gonna work on what we're aiming at, right? The scope of our pieces, right? What we're aiming at. How many pieces and pawns are looking at something. So why is d5... Well, it's a blunder, basically. Why is it a bad move? It's losing a pawn, at least.
No.
Think about it. What should you do here? What are you aiming at? Where's your pressure? You guys could both chime in, but Jakai, I definitely want you to get this, because this is, again, it's not a huge deal, but it's just something where, it's an opportunity where you could have won something a little bit. You could have won a pawn for free, it looks like, yeah? So what are you aiming at right now? They just played d5. Again, always ask yourself, how did things change? What just changed right here? What's available to you? Just tell them what you're thinking. Just go through it. Forget about, I know we started the stream, but just tell them what you're thinking here. How do you approach this situation? Your opponent played d5. What has just changed about this pawn move?
Now he's I can take off my pawn and attack it tonight.
Which pawn? d5 or e5?
They're D pawns.
Right. How many attackers, how many defenders on the d pawn?
2 attackers, 1 defender.
There you go. Right. So I don't think he's going to take with his queen, right? And you're saying you could take with the pawn. You said you could take with the knight. You could take with the pawn as well. You mentioned the pawn or the knight?
The pawn.
Well, if you take with the pawn, yeah, then you chase his knight. You go here. Actually, it might get a little murky if he pushes. Because you just take. Yeah, you just take. If you go like this, you could take his knight. He takes your knight. And yeah, you're winning material, right? You got 8 pawns. He's only got 6 pawns. He wants to take. You could take if you want, or you just keep it. You're up a pawn. You can go like bishop c4. This is great. That is a great position. You're up like at least a pawn. You could also take with your knight and be like, hey, thanks for the free pawn right there, right? Just a free pawn, right? And then you can still pin him and try to get the e pawn, okay? So that's one thing. Like, you didn't really blunder, but you missed an opportunity. Okay, so you're developing rapidly, though. I like it. And then you take, he takes, you take. Because kind of like what we looked at, yeah. You take him, he takes you, you take him. So far you got the d pawn, right? So you're up a pawn currently. He takes, you take. So you're still up a pawn, right? 7-6, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, it's kind of like what we looked at in a way. So you get his pawn, he gets your bishop, you get his knight. But you've already got the d pawn. He takes back, so you count it up, you got 4. So you won in that trade. You won a pawn. And then now his c pawn's hanging. So you look at what's hanging. Well, you tell me, what's the knight aiming at? What's the scope of the knight? Like, you're going like a circle, like kind of like through an octagon, right? But you're making a circle through it, your whole scope. It's looking at the f pawn and.
For the fried liver attack.
Huh?
F pawn for the fried liver attack.
You could kind of do like that. Oh yeah, like a bishop move, but you can use your queen in that, kind of like almost like a 4 move checkmate type theme. Or yeah, in both cases you're aiming at f7. So just different versions of that. Yeah, or you can like bring out your queen somewhere. Oh yeah, hit some points in there. So what else can you do? What's the other thing your knight can do? Just looking at scope. Make that circle 2 squares away, right? It's on green. It's looking at the white squares here. What else is it looking at through that circle? Just make the circle, right? The radius. That's what it can go through, right? All the light squares going from the dark squares. So what can it just imagine that? Think about all the points it can shoot at. Which ones are dangerous for your opponent?
F pawn and D pawn. I mean C pawn.
Exactly. So you have a target here, right? So maybe you'll take c6. I think you want f7 if you take. Well, you're ready to take c6 possibly right now. I think that's what ended up happening. So you went ahead and I'm getting off that. So you went ahead and took on c6. No, you didn't take it. You guarded it. You could have taken on c6 possibly, and attacked the queen. You guarded it. Although now your f pawn's hanging, right?
Yes.
I don't know. It's interesting, but you don't need to. Again, you're loose pawn. You could take. Just make